And courtesy of some of our new gold, we are going to pay gold as our entry. Corset, yep, we're good to go. Here we are. Alright, so we have a white rare, which does not really impress me, and as we all know, white is not necessarily the place to be in this draft. The other uncommons are also really unexciting. Wow, I am just plagued by bad pack ones. Alright, well let me take a closer look at this guy. This is just the stupid card. It really needs to be excuse me. Yeah, this is terrible. I'm tempted to actually start with winged words. I would love to get some help from my friends. Alternate, I could just take this for my collection because everything else here is really replaceable. A skeleton, yeah. Good heavens. This is just awful. I'm gonna take... Oh man, this is such a bad pack. At least as a pack one, pick one situation to be confronted with. I mean, if I knew I was going to be in a blue-white flyers deck, then I guess I would take the words or one of these. Not one of this. Possibly the Dawning Angel. But either of these by itself is not a reason to really try to push that deck. We'll take this thing. I'm tempted to just sideboard it right away. Wow, this is just... in fact, I am going to do just that. Nah, let's leave it. People who show up will see that that was our pick. Okay. This is also not exciting. Wow. I really... So just as a side rant, I was attending another Magic streamer, and he said as much. He said he was new to drafting and not very good at it. And to be perfectly blunt, his choices were horrific, and he put together this horrible deck. And he still went 3-3 because his opponent's decks were worse. And I couldn't help thinking, why? What is wrong with the universe and my place in it? Okay, so end of rant. I guess I could continue white with the squad. I really don't want to. I don't want to. Blood for Bones is very strong. The Shaman is good. The Brawler is good. I'm going to try the Blood for Bones. Okay, this is a little bit better. I could start taking a bunch of bows. I'm actually tempted to do that. Another Brawler. This is just terrible. Oh boy, I need help. My friends, where are you? Okay, so possible picks here are the Fenworker. We have a black card, so this is okay. I'm a little lower on this than most other people, but it's playable. This is fine. The Brawler is fine. We could start speculating into a bunch of the Heartpiercer bows, and I feel like those are the only realistic choices here. Given what we have, I think I'd rather speculate into another color. So, if that's the case, do we like a possible Flyers deck, or do we like a possible Elemental deck? And this is fine by itself. This is also fine by itself. I'm going to go for blue because I feel like black-blue is probably a better place to be than black-red. No, I'm going to go with the brawler. We've already passed one. We could pretend that that's like a signal, although of course signals on arena are an illusion. Okay, so things are not looking a lot better. The overgrowth elemental, so possibly continue into elemental strategies. The crasher. This and the brawler are fine. We could put a counter on the brawler. Let's go for the elemental. I'm pretty sure we'll be seeing more of these crashers. Here's a weaponsmith. Ugh. I don't know. Well, so I mean, and there's still more elementals coming along. Red and green are looking okay so far. I think I don't mind the weaponsmith and going for the bow strategy, but so far it may be green and red elementals could be working. Is it possible? I don't know. If that's the case, then I think we want the Thicket Crasher. And those colors have dried up, of course. Hi, Misaki. So let me give you a rundown of what happened so far. So this stupid guy was pack 1 pick 1. The uncommons were like Cerulean Drake, and 2 others that were just uninteresting. And there were playable cards in there, but they were all cards that we are likely to see as the draft progresses. Pack 2, I felt like Blood for Bones was probably the strongest one there. Pack 3, we picked up a Brawler. And so right now, I think I may possibly be moving towards a red and green elemental strategy. Not sure yet. And here's where we are. We're kind of all over the place so far. Haven't yet found the lane. So looking at the cards that confront us right now, I think I'm actually liking the paralysis or the growth cycle. The growth cycle's advantage is that it's an okay trick. It's on color. The paralysis could still support a blue elemental's thing. Really? So your counsel would be for the growth cycle. I'm willing to take it because, again, I don't feel like we're missing out on a whole lot elsewhere. When you say not enough, if you were to run 5 or 6 in a deck, I mean, would you run 5 or 6 if you had that many? Be fun if we ended up with a okay, I hear that. It'd be funny if we end up in a mono green elementals deck. I'll try the cycle. It's a perfectly okay trick. Okay, in this pack, I feel like the tracker is probably what we want. The Marauder's Axe is the sort of thing that I consider that filler. Tracker is as well, but it has some definite upside. Excuse me. The alternative is to take a Blight Beetle in case black may still be a thing. Or if I were to go to black, I could take a Blade Brand. I think alternately I could take a bow and try to and see if and see if we get 2 or 3. This is best of 1. This is best of 1. I think Tracker or the Bow are probably the picks at this juncture. I feel like the Bow, if you're not running the round weaponsmith, you really need 3 in order to make it worthwhile. That's my feeling. Yeah, I'm tempted to go for the Bow. If you have compelling argument for any of the others, you know where to reach me, right at your fingertips. And while you're considering that, I'm just reminding you, we did 2-1. Just to remind you, my Monday stream I'm pushing it off to Tuesday, so that I can participate in the early access event for Throne of Eldraine. We did see a weaponsmith at that time. I did not consider the weaponsmith enough to consider jumping into blue. To consider blue at this point, we would need to see some pretty solid cards. Alright, I am going to proceed with the Bow. I don't... and now we're seeing a bunch of blue cards, of course. We could stick with green, but this is an unexciting card for the kind of direction we're going in. We could start speculating into blue. The Prophet and the Cutthroat are both perfectly fine. I'm tempted to take actually the Prophet or the Cutthroat, because something like a ferocious puppy, we will almost certainly be seeing more of them. Oh, yes, of course. I forgot to do that. I shall do so straight away. There we go. Hello, Radalorian. How are you? Oh, I didn't realize it was you making that request. Good to see you, my friend. So as you can see, we're in a weird place so far. I started with this idiot card. I was saying to Misaki that the first pack was just forgettable, and this was the rare, and I took it for the collection more than anything else. In fact, I can move it to the sideboard for now, so it does not distract us. So I agree with that. I have played the Cutthroat once or twice. I was not real impressed with it either, and even the best case scenarios that I've seen on the other side of the battlefield, it didn't really do a whole heck of a lot. So I'm at this point, I guess I'm liking the Octoprophet or the Pup. Octoprophet represents a possible toe dipping into blue. So, thoughts, my friends? I think the Prophet would be my selection at this time, but we're really quite unfocused so far. The Salvage. Okay, yeah, we do have a strong black card. Okay, yeah, we can continue to consider black. That makes sense to me. I have zero problem with that. Done? Yeah, I agree with Misaki. Agree with that last remark. I agree with what you're saying from Radalorian, but I'd be shocked if we didn't see any more pups coming along. Yeah, lots of white cards here. Isn't that interesting? You know, again, we have that one. All right, you know what? Let me bring this guy back. So this is the Loxodon Life Chanter. I feel like this is mostly a build around. I mean, do you consider this even playable in a limited deck? Because as we see, we are seeing a bunch of white cards coming along. You know, maybe the system is telling us that white is what we should be in. Really? Just because it's got a big butt? I mean, okay, so I think in your typical game, by the time this sees play, your life total is going to be between 8 and 14. So I guess you could make it, say, a 14-16, which is actually pretty good. Does die to removal, but then, you know, most things do. Alright, so if it is white-black, that's true with the... Alright, so if we're considering white as an option, then I think we're looking either at Raise the Alarm or the Squad Captain. And then these would be largely irrelevant. Agreed. Alright, let's try that. Boy, we're really, you know, this system is really not really pushing me. The Angel's not bad, I agree with that. Actually, you know what? That would have worked better with... Alright, well, if we see another Angel, we can see where we are at. So we have a Tracker and a Dragonfire. I think at this point, given that we have no removal, I think I like the Dragonfire a little bit better. The Tracker, but the Tracker can help us to find the things that we need. And here's a Dragonfire anyway. So I think that's going to be clear. The Soulmender actually, I guess, kind of feeds the kind of feeds the Life Chanter. I'm willing to take a Soulmender. It's kind of embarrassing, though. We could still end up in black-white, I guess. I think I'd rather... Well... I don't know. I think by, you know, within the next 3 picks, I would like to have a better idea of what color or colors we might be in. And it's really unclear at this time. Yeah, I was thinking the Burglar also. If we end up in black-white, the Burglar can help the Life Chanter. And it's just a perfectly reasonable playable anyway. I think I do like it better than the Soulmender. That's a good point. Good point, Misaki. I appreciate that. So if that's the case, then green-white or green-black, or even green-black splashing. Burglar it is. And if one Burglar is good enough, then I guess 2, but... Do we prefer a second Burglar, or do we want to get our Vorst Claw, which might help the Elemental and the Crasher? Yeah, that makes sense to me, Radalorian. Yeah. Alright, as usual, your comments all seem really on target, guys. Interesting as a late pick. Very interesting. That's funny. That is funny. Yeah, but our first pick here is not real interesting. Okay, so what colors do we think we're likely in? I'm thinking black, green, with a white splash. So in green we have the giant, which is really good. The rabbit bite, which is also good. Here's another bow. I mean, I don't mind a lot of bows, but these other cards are definitely superior. I like the giant, to be honest, and hope that we see another rabbit bite at some point. Yeah, that's the thing. The rabbit bite is extremely tempting. I could really hear an argument either way for the giant or the rabbit bite. It's conceivable that a giant might wheel if the bots are scared away by the two greens, but I'm pretty sure that's not how it's going to work here on Arena. God's willing. Yeah, I don't think so. I'm not. If we're gonna go black green, which actually seems to be our direction right now, I don't know that I'd want to include this as a splash. Yeah. All right. So all three of us like the bite, and it's a shame to give up on the giant. This is. Look at this. It's our three colors. Isn't that funny? Yeah, but this is totally pointless in our deck. That is funny. So we have two nice green cards here. We have Scuttlemutt for ramping or for fixing, but I feel like the Shaman is something we want to take here. Spider is also nice, but I definitely like the Shaman. Yep, I think that's the approach. I agree with that. Yep. All good, my friends. Messer Splicer, that could be worth splashing. Yeah, if we're gonna splash white, this is a good one to splash for. This would be pickable, and then Spider particularly would be pickable. I'm actually tempted to take the Splicer. Yeah, I was noticing that too. I'm not gonna take it. I don't like the idea of splashing for this guy. If there was life gain involved, I'd be more tempted, again, in order to feed the life chanter, but always wanted to try. I'm sorry, I'm not following that. So, at this moment, I'm liking the Splicer or the Spider. The Spider might be smarter, because there's no guarantee that we're going to really be splashing the life chanter. But the Splicer is nice. You end up with a 4/4 guy. Ah, thank you for pointing that out. I like it. Thank you, Misaki. Agonizing Siphon seems pretty likely, because we are still low on removal. Yeah, I think it has to be the Siphon. I'm going to move the Raise the Alarm to the sideboard. And Siphon, yeah. Again with this silly creature. Talk about underperforming. This guy almost always underperforms. Overcome is very interesting. Obviously, it's better in a go-wide deck, but I have seen this steal games on more than one occasion. The alternative is the Spider. Having a pair of spiders is absolutely fine. As you say, we're weak to flyers. How many creatures have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 creatures so far, and we're still early in pack 2. I am going to speculate on the overcome, I think. Yeah. That all makes good sense to me. The only card here that really fits into our deck is the Vulture. I really, really dislike the Vulture in a limited deck. It always dumps, yeah, but it always dumps good stuff into my graveyard and no creatures. Having said that, I don't really see that there's much choice, and there's no law that says that we'll have to play it. Yeah. Another Blade Brand, possibly a Sentinel. Sentinel is not the worst creature ever devised. So it's really either a Sentinel or a second Blade Brand. I'm actually tempted for the second Blade Brand. It can always cycle. On the other hand, the Sentinel is better for an overcome possibility. I think I would be tempted. How's the curve? Very on point question. Here's what we're looking like so far. That's true. All these others are other things. Okay, yeah, Sentinel then. That makes sense. Yes, indeed. Okay. Agreed. There is really nothing here at all. The Golem, which is just in my... Cryptic Caves. I don't mind playing a Cryptic Caves. As long as we're sticking to two... well... yeah, if we're going to splash a third color, though, then I wouldn't want to pay... then I wouldn't want to play it. Having said that, it's not like we're missing out on anything else here. Yeah. Yes, agreed. Sorcerer of the Fang is acceptable. It's another 2-drop. The Marauder Stacks is also fine. I think I like the Sorcerer better at this point. Again, better for our overcome, more board presence. The Angel, we get a Bomb White card. Ooh, that's interesting. To get a Bomb White, okay, so to get a Bomb White card, it would really have to be when we open pack 3. What is the likelihood of that? Not very high. Okay, so I'm looking at your comments. We saw 0 black, white or green, white lands or evolving wilds. That is true. I think we can get a sorcery in pack 3. I'm not sure what you are referring to here. Could I trouble you to elaborate just a little bit? Ah, yes, of course. Okay, gotcha. I thought you meant a sorcerer. Yeah, that is a good point. And again, we're likely to see. All right, sure. Here's another vial. Foot soldiers, no thank you. Undead servant. I think it's another vial. What a vile choice. Yeah, I can't imagine anything else. Unless we suddenly start stocking up on these undead servants, but no. Okay, vial it is. Another salvage, retributive wand, Aegis. I think none of these. Second salvage, possibly. The salvage would definitely be better if we had more bomb creatures, which we don't really. Yeah, I don't see anything that I like better. And here's the sorcerer that you were promising. and and the other one that you were also promising. Oh, Agent of Treachery! I'm so angry. Well, here's... Alright. Oh, the Agent of Treachery. I would love to take an Agent of Treachery. Such a good card. The Thief is good, and I'm pretty sure that's what we're going to take. Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry, my friend, my dear agent. Ah. Oh. If it were one blue, I would really be tempted to try splashing for it, but yeah, not happening. I think it has to be the Thief. Can somebody come up with a scenario in which we think we could make... I mean, that is certainly true. Can anybody come up with a scenario in which we think we can make this work? Alright, I'm gonna just take the Thief and move on before I drool any longer. Boy, I'm really getting forced. Actually, the Barons is nice. That'll help our splash, and I'm not seeing anything else that I really like better. That would bring... Misaki, I am tasking you. Get on that ASAP. I am fine with hacking the system, if I only could. I think I like the Barons here to help our splash, and there's nothing else here that really does it for me. I don't want to run 2 Vultures. I do not. Yeah. Alright, what have we got now? Yeah. I guess it's the War Chief. What a silly card. This has just been an underperformer. As far as I'm concerned, it's really mostly like a, I don't know what to call it, like a gray ogre on steroids, and it might make the other guy think twice about attacking on marginal attacks. Oh, that's true. Good point. Okay. Boy, green is really just dried up. Yeah, no, I agree with what you're saying, Misaki, on the War Chief, but yes, it is true that it works and plays well with the Audacious Thief. I am okay here. For a white splash, we could do Pacifism. Actually, that's not a bad idea. The other alternatives would be the Necromancer or the Invocation. Yeah, I'm thinking of the Pacifism since we're considering the white splash. Any other white cards that we're considering? The Dawning Angel. I don't know that we're going to splash for the Dawning Angel. Sure, let's try the Pacifism. Yes. Good call. Okay. So do we want to splash or not? So for right now, I think the Dawning Angel, although it synergizes kind of with the Life Chancer, I don't think it's enough to push our splash too strongly. Now, before I take it out, we have 1 Burglar, 2 of these guys. We have 31 cards. Does that include these lands? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 1, 22, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so we have 28 spells here so far. Spells and creatures. Obviously, there are going to be some cuts even from here. I don't know. It's not clear to me yet if we want to splash those or not. So I'm gonna hold that thought. I'm gonna hold that thought for now. We already have the 1 growth cycle. Notice that here's another one presenting itself. Misaki has already opined that if you have a reasonable number of growth cycles and a bunch of creatures, it can be pretty effective. I'll be honest, I haven't really seen that happening a lot either on my side or the other side of the battlefield. So I will take you guys' word for it. But you keep the creature. That's true. So at this point, that is an argument for going for the other growth cycle rather than this guy. A 6th growth cycle? What's the pump for 6 growth cycles? So 1, 2, 3 plus 10. So it gets plus 13, 13. That's crazy. Okay, you've convinced me. I'll go for the growth cycle. Yeah, I would have been just as salty, I think. Excuse me. Lockbox, no thanks. I think I like the Feral Invocation better than another Vulture. I think Invocation is a solid trick which sticks around. Indeed. Here are a couple more spiders. What species of spiders do we have so far? We have the Netcaster, and that is it so far. The Abomination as an alternative finisher, not exciting, to put it mildly. Yeah, I'm thinking the big spider also. We have 1, 2, 3 things. Yeah, that works for me. No help here. We already have 2 salvages. I guess the Abomination at this point, but seems unlikely to make the cut unless we give up on white altogether. Duress, no. These other things, no. Yeah, I think it has to be the Abomination, and it just seems unlikely to make the grade. Another Vulture, that's insane. Salvager. The Salvager is interesting. I've seen it actually do fair work. Oh, yes. Good call. I totally missed that. I think that's a solid pick for what we have now. The only other alternatives that intrigue me are a second bow, another Invocation, or this stupid card. I like the land. I like the land. Sounds good. Thank you for not letting me pass it by. We could have had like 5 or 6 Vultures in this stupid deck. We would end up decking ourselves. Yeah, that's right. That's great, actually. We already have one Abomination. The Blight Beetle. I actually don't mind taking the Blight Beetle. I doubt that I have a playset in my collection. Yeah. Natural End, no thanks. Another Salvage, another Blade Brand. We have 2 Blade Brands already, I think. Where are they? Yes, thank you. That sounds exactly like the kind of thing I would try to do. We have 2 Salvages, don't we? And 1 Blade Brand. So I already have 2 Salvages. I guess I'll take a second Blade Brand. Epicure or Vial? We have 2 Vials so far. Where are the Vials? There we are. We have a ton of stuff in the two slot. Really? That's crazy. Do we like better the Epicure? I think I like the Vial better. The Epicure, we have much better 5 drops. Yeah, you think? In our 5 spot, we have all these other things. What do we have in the way of removal? We have 1 rabid bite. We have 2 vials and 1 siphon. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. And we ended up with this guy anyway. Yeah, you're right about that. So we have a lot of 2-drops. The Necromancer, indeed. Yoked Ox. And a land. Okay. Here we go. Alright, now I'm going to move the chat stream to... Let me get rid of this. Hang on, there's something wacky on my computer. Let me just take it away. Okay. And let's move this chat stream over to here so we can look at our deck stats more easily. Okay. Alright, so we have a ton of things. We need to make a bunch of cuts. Alright. Given that our removal suite is kind of on the janky side, I think I'd like to keep the pacifism, which means that the white splash stays in. I don't think the Dawning Angel is good enough as a splash card. How many creatures have I got so far? I have 20 creatures, so we can cut some of those. Okay, thanks for your help so far, Radalorian. Always a huge pleasure. And have fun with your meet. You do seem to have a lot of meetings, so I hope it goes well and it's not as silly as most meetings tend to be. All right, I'm going to try Misaki's input right here. So 1 Fang, yeah. I think I probably would have done likewise. 1 Bow. Where is the bow? Bow nose. Where is the bow? Did I already take it out? 1 bow, 1 soul salvage, agreed. Where is that? Here we go. The angel is gone. The war chief, yes. And cryptic. Okay, fair enough. Overcome. The overcome is interesting actually because we still have a number of creatures, but yeah, let's take it out certainly for now. 5/5/5. There we are. And the feral abomination. Epicure, I agree. So these are all solid 5-drops. I need 5 more cuts. We're down to 16 creatures. I'm going to take out 1 of the vials, which maybe I should have done that earlier. The Blight Beetle, right? Good one. The Sentinel. 2 Blade Brands. I feel like the Sentinel is not strong enough to really keep. We currently, yeah, so we're down to 15 creatures. Let me just check one thing here real quick. I am noticing 1 or 2 new names in the chat room. If you're still listening, feel free to jump in with some suggestions. Now it gets hard. I'm gonna cut the Sentinel. It's really just an unexciting creature. We still have 14 creatures, which is, I think, respectable. But I don't think I'd want to go any lower than that. I'm actually tempted to cut the Vulture and keep the Sentinel, but the Flyer is fine. We do... Soul Salvage costs 3. Do we still have a Soul Salvage? Oh, there it is. Okay. Need to cut one more card. We have 6s and 5s, so we're going to keep 17 lands. Especially since we're running a third color. Maybe the Invocation, actually, or one of the growth cycles. I feel like one growth cycle or one Invocation. I think I'm tempted to get rid of the Invocation, actually. But it does stick around and invites. If that's the case, then I would advocate to lose one of the growth cycles. I agree they are better in multiples. Alternately, get rid of the skeleton, but the skeleton works well with the vulture, and it's just a solid blocker. Yeah, he always likes to have one growth cycle. Isn't that interesting? It's a slightly, by itself, it's a slightly worse giant growth. Oh, Invocation. If we go in that direction, oh, which we did. Okay. So if that is the case, then by golly, we have our 40 cards. Let me look at our color requirements. So we need pretty even on black and green requirements. We have 5, 6, 7 black sources. We have 7, 8, 5, 6, 7 black sources and 8 green sources. Over the vial. If we do that, let's take a look and see what it looks like. If we do that, now let me count up our removal. We have the pacifism, we have the bite, we have the siphon, and that's really it. The blade brand sort of, kind of, maybe. So the blade brand sort of, kind of, and the pump spells, as you say. We have 2 of those. Alright, I'm willing to try this then. You know, you're right, because the Vial of Dragonfire, it's clunky. The most it can do to something is 2. So yeah, and they see it coming usually a mile away. Alright. Any last minute thoughts? Excuse me. We are going to give it a try. I'm going to say it again. I've already said it a few times, but I will repeat myself. This Monday I will not be streaming. Instead, I will be streaming on Tuesday in order to participate in the early access Throne of Eldraine thing. That will probably be, I think, 11:30 a.m. in my time zone. Okay, we do not have any green mana sources. Yeah, I hear that. Ugh. If I draw any lands at all, I can get this going. This is keepable, but it's really risky. I could be talked into a mulligan pretty easily, especially since we're on the draw. Yeah, I think you're right. That's a little bit it's better in terms of our mana requirements, but it's not great. I think I have to keep this. 8 green, yes, 8 green sources is correct. We had, it was 7 and 8, I think. It's a sad keep. It's a sad day for a sad keep. Let's bottom the Vorst Claw. Probably better to bottom. Which one has a higher upside? It's not really clear. I guess the growth cycle actually is a better one to bottom. Because I have no creatures to pump. So be it. Alright, we need some good stuff. That almost qualifies. That almost qualifies. Mastiff. Nothing to bite with. Sure. Great. Still nothing to bite with. So if I live long enough to get my 6th land out, I could have this come in with a life total of 5 or 6. He's gonna play something, otherwise he could have done that. Must be nice to curve out. I would like to... I'm gonna demise his Mastiff, because I need to slow him down and gain a little bit of life. And he can pump this. Boy. 2 turns and the big boys are out. Perhaps he'll run out of steam in the meantime. Or not. Okay, that helps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have a better idea. I'm going to start with the Shaman. Start with the Forced Claw. Yeah, that makes sense. In case he has any removal, that'll draw it. That's annoying. But he can still bite things. I'm going to bite the Buccaneer and play the Fang, or because the Loxodon will give more life. Okay, are you sure about that? Right. Yeah, okay. Alternately, I could Fang and bite. Alright, well, I'm gonna take 3 next turn. So he's gonna hit me for 3. Again. Oh, the total toughness, yes. I was misreading it. Yes, thank you. So 11 plus 6 is 17. Yes, thank you, Misaki. Yes, thank you, thank you. I was thinking number of creatures. I don't know why I was thinking that. No, I'm gonna do this now and attack later. Just in case he has like an Uncaged Fury or who the heck knows what. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And sure, let's attack with our Vorstclaw. Raise the alarm. Good for you. The fact that he's stuck on 3 lands may be like the only chance that I have here. Another Pegasus, isn't that interesting? And the Mastiff. Spider is very nice. I think Spider and Vulture we can start to block. Let's see, 7, 4, 5, 6. Oh boy, lots of choices. Do you think it's worth attacking with the Vorstclaw? I mean, he would have to make a bunch of trades. What's your thought, guys? Attack with Vorstclaw, or hold back and build up our board some more? Yeah. Alright, he's just gonna chump block, that's not bad. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Spider for sure. I'm gonna hold on to the Rabbit Bite in case he brings out something really insane. So this stupid card, please don't dump good stuff in my library. So yeah, Soul Savage. Of course. Of course. So this can become a 1921. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, that's annoying. Alright. I'm gonna block his Pegasus, I guess? Skeleton? Yeah, it's not terrible. We're gonna do this again. Interesting. Yeah. It's an interesting game at the very least. This is going to become less and less of a threat as it goes along, because I'm going to continue to lose. I think I'm going to bite his Sentinel. Right. I think I'm going to bite his Sentinel. That way his Pegasus can't attack. And then I can play out these other things. One, two, three. He only has one card. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. And I can also use this if need be to if need be, to ping him for a couple more. Misaki, I could not have done it without you. Thank you so much for your help. Thank you, thank you. This is why I love having my team. Alright. We go on to... Oh, so... Sure, let's claim our prize. It was indeed. That was definitely the MVP of that game. Alright, so let's go back to our deck. And let's review the mana situation here. So I have 1, 2, 4 white sources. I have 6, 7 black sources, and I have 8 green sources. Yeah, I agree. I think we're okay. Okay. Misaki, where do you live? What continent do you live on? Very cool. What time is it there right now? Okay. So your weekend has already begun. I feel like this is a keep one more land, and I can follow up with... I mean, I do have a 2-drop, and I can follow up with a vulture or an elemental. Okay. I think this is a keep, and I need one of my top 3 cards to be a land. Right. The chances of one of those 3 being a land, I think, are reasonably good. Like that. That's perfect. Nice. It is. I mean, it's not the best card ever made, but it's perfectly serviceable. I feel like I'm going to follow with the vulture. There's a better chance that we'll hit the skeleton. And if there's an outside chance that I can get some benefit from this guy, then that's what I'd like to do. So I feel like the vulture is what we want, and if we can start attacking in the air, I'm okay with that. So a bunch of lands and the tracker. No, we're not attacking. Sad. Interesting. I wonder if he's trying for a go wide deck. This is a 3/2. So yeah, let's... Am I willing to trade an elemental for this guy? I guess I would be. Alternately, I could siphon. Alternately, I could stand pat and save my cycle. And I need to decide rather sooner than later. I need one more green mana source. 2 of them are gone. I'm going to attack and play the elemental. Met in key is bad. I'm not understanding. Oh. Gotcha. Is that like a native keyboard that came with the unit, or is it an aftermarket thing? Should we trade? I can only be blocked. He can only be blocked by more than one creature. All right. Here's hoping that he has no tricks. Okay. Orchie. This will get +3/+3. So, alright, I'm going to stand back and make him think that I want to block. I need 6 to play both of these, so yeah. I was considering taking it, but, well, anyway, here we are. This costs 3 to equip. Okay. So if he has any tricks, I could double block, but if he has tricks, then it could be a blowout. I think I'd rather keep the vulture. And if he has a trick, then okie doke. That is a trick. Well, he used up his murder, that's something. Let's do the Vorst Claw. Yeah, I think so. More mana efficient. And sure, let's attack and hope that he doesn't have too many murders. Oh right, I forgot about that stupid thing. So be it. Perhaps our pacifism will show up. He has more murders. Pacifism, very nice. I think we're going to pacify his war chief. Let's see. So he can attack for 2. I can attack for 2. This gets +1/+1. So he can equip and attack for 3. So I think I am going to siphon this guy. That'll improve the race, and it makes either of these less of a threat. You know, that may have seemed a little short-sighted. I don't know. I see a new friend in our chat stream. I will not call you out, but would love to hear from you if you are of a mind. Misaki has been doing a yeoman's job of keeping me honest. And the trample is nice. Alright, let's... If nothing else notable happens, then the game could be mine. Excuse me. Oh, that's nice. Oh. That's interesting. Okay, that's fine. So let's attack with everybody, and then add our necromancer to the mix. Yes, indeed. And I'm gonna have to get rid of. Oh no! What am I saying? I'm gonna get rid of his guy. Whoop whoop! Woohoo! When I was looking at it before, he did not yet have any creatures in his yard. And he still doesn't. And he gains life. Good for you. Alright, so I think at this point, the sorcerer is something that we can exile. And, no, I was disagreeing. I disagree with that because I had something in my head that would make, yeah, if my soul salvage shows up. Oh no, it's not going to show up because we've already. Okay, if it does show up, then I have better targets. Yeah, we're ending our turn, of course. So if he doesn't play any creatures. Well, he can play this guy again, so he'll get another wolf. Ooh, interesting. So this guy's going bye-bye. Nice. Okay, we're attacking with everybody. Oh, he's already up to 17. That Pulse of Marasa did a good job for him. He can crack back for 5. That's fine. Yeah. They're going interestingly. I think that's the way to put it. Is he willing to take 8? No, he's not. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of his Dread Presence for sure. Okay, looking good here. How are the games going? We did win the first game. It was a little bit of a white knuckle, or at least at first. But the that white rare, the Life Chancer, I can never remember the name of it. That did a really stellar job of turning things around. And again, full kudos to Misaki for making it happen. Soul Salvage. Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, so we're going to swing with our Shaman. Ah! No, I didn't. Oh, for crying out loud. That was just a dumbass thing to do. All right, well, we're gonna get back a couple of our creatures. Why did I do that? That was just like, oops. All right, so we want our Vorst Claw, I think. And I think the tracker to help find our creatures. Okay, that works too. 1, 2, 3. Let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he's gonna hit me back for 3. Ooh, good for him. That's actually a good one for him to have drawn. Yeah, that's a pain. Well, perhaps we'll draw something with which we can get rid of it. I could do it anyway. He'll take 4, and I'll draw a card, and it'll get it off the board to help with these guys. I think that's what I'd like to do, actually, to get this off the board, and then I can start swinging with these other guys. What have I got? 4, 5, 6, 7, and I can play both of these guys. Yep, that makes sense. To block or not to block? That is my question. My opponent's name is Mestro, M-E-S-T-R-O. Okay, and of course, that's what we do. Let's see what we pick up as a result. That's fine. So I have 7 lands. I could do the Burglar and... yeah. I prefer the idea of double spelling. Yep, that's fine. Yeah, let's get rid of his Dread Presence. And we'll add the Burglar. Here's hoping he draws nothing of use. Ooh, that's fantastic. Alright, we're swinging with everybody. He has to block. Pretty sure that's game, because anything that doesn't get blocked is going to hit him. And he has 1 card in his hand. Who knows what it might be. Yeah, and let's invoke this guy and hope he has no tricks. Yes! Okay. Outstanding. Alright, my friends, we are 2-0. We started Wednesday's draft at 2-0 as well, so I hope this one continues in the same direction. Enhanced surveillance, whatever. And we keep going. So what do you think of Throne of Eldraine? What kind of a draft environment environment do you think it's going to be? I think it's going to be really interesting. And there's so many just strong cards. I don't mind telling you, I'm going to feel a little overwhelmed, at least at first, in the early booster drafts. But I'm still really looking forward to it. Ugh. Opponent goes first, that's fine. Yeah, that's the Clacker Bridge Ogre or something. It's an insanely good card. It has no drawbacks, and it's not even mythic. It's crazy. Okay, so if I draw one land, then I can start with the Elemental. I think I would rather mulligan in the hopes of some black mana. But we do have our splash color. Thoughts, my friends? I think I'd rather mulligan, but I could be talked into a risky keep. In the absence of that, in the absence of any suggestions, I think I will mulligan. This is better, but I don't have anything until turn 4. I'm gonna... Oh, I don't have any green mana. That's so annoying. I think I have to keep at this point. I think I want to keep this, and I'm gonna bin, or bottom rather, the cycle. Ugh. Alright, well that, oh yeah, that's not what we wanted. Nor was that. Yep, there's that. Having said that, as we saw in Game 1, the Life Chanter really made a huge difference for us. It's a good thing that he's stalling. Wow. This is a strange game. It was. This is nuts. Hello, 5. Good to see you. I am, listen, Misaki and Radalorian are, as always, doing great, but I need you to help me out, if nothing else, by, fixing the system so I can draw a forest. He is color screwed too, maybe? Yeah. He's playing straight up 3 colors. Isn't that interesting? Good lord. Are you kidding me? One more land and I can play this stupid guy. Yeah, please, please, please. Boy, this is nuts. Here's my prediction. I'm going to draw another green card. That's what this is right here. That is my sure I'm playing Monday. Thanks a lot. Yeah, sure. Okay. That might be a good one to pacify. Oh! Whoa! We can do stuff. Farce our color list. So I could pacify. I'm gonna pacify and play the Crasher. I think that's what we want. Pacify and Crasher. Can't pacify. Oh, because he'll just make it. Yes, thank you guys. Alright, so it has to be... it has to be this guy. And I'm gonna have to leave it at 16. No. Spider? Tracker? Spider. Yeah. I think so, and then... Yes, of course you're right. Of course you're right. One more green, I can get the Vorst Claw. Yeah, add another one for me as well. Oh my god. That might be a good one to go as well. Nothing in the graveyard. He tapped out. So, yeah, but this one has reach. I do have a flyer. Tracker, it's a better blocker, so that makes sense. So you're recommending that I pacify the troll? Yeah, why not? Why not the giant? Yeah, I think the giant makes more sense actually, because as I say, he can block flyers. That's true. Okay. And I only have one flying creature in the deck anyway, so it will be harder to remove later on. Yeah, you're right. Another green source, I would like to bring out the Vorst Claw. Oh boy. Are we double blocking the giant or single blocking each of the wolves? Because he could easily be representing a blade brand, or who knows. Yeah, let's try that. And if he has his own invocation or blade brand, growth cycle, that's a burger. Oh boy. Well, you know, our strategy could be just to make him use up all of his cards. Good lord. The Necromancer. This is still 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can either play the. I can only play one of these. Yeah. Has to be. Tracker, I guess. Yep. Alright, when he attacks next turn, recommendation on blocks. Double block the giant. Well, that's fine. That'll leave me at 1. Zombie on giant. I'm going to go with Misaki on this one. Let's see what happens. We could still draw a forest, so we could play this guy. I'm not going to attack because I need all of my blockers. 7, 8, 9, 10, 16. I think if these both stick, I think the life chance are on our next turn. Scary times indeed. Yeah. Or I could be greedy, put out both of these. Oh, you're right. So let's hedge our bets a little bit. Yeah. The Fang and then the Crasher. That makes total sense. I'm gonna go for the Crasher now. 2 or 3 minutes of batters. I hear that. You would play the Enchanter. Really? Yeah, I like the Crasher better. It can still block, and it maximizes the this when I do bring it out. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree with Radawarian and Misaki. And this way, if it, yeah, I'm not attacking. And this way, if he does counter this guy, I can always get it back, and with Blood for Bones. Sailor, 2 convolutes. That would be funny. Ooh. All right. Alright, so I feel like Life Chanter now, 10 on to 13, 16, it'll get me to 22. That's true. Yeah, I think Enchanter now, and if he does counter it, I can get it back. And I'm going to swing with the Vorst Claw. Yeah, that was fantastic. I wonder what he's got in his hand. Maybe it's a bunch of lands. Maybe he's mana flooded. I don't know. I'm going to attack with the Vorst Claw. Because he's going to keep drawing cards off of this Sailor. I would attack with the Crasher if I had a trick, but I don't, so he has trample anyway. Yeah. That's fine. I don't mind trading for both of those. I have to say, I underrated it as well when I first saw it. It's... Yeah. We're going to stand pat. He's going to draw more cards. Okay, that's fine. We're going to Blood for Bones and get at the Enchanter and the Vorst Claw. What do you think? Should I attack first with my... Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to attack first. And a Soul Salvage. No, we're going to do the Blood for Bones. I'm going to attack first with these 2. Maybe all 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can deal him 8. And then bring out the Enchanter again. No, I'm going to bring out the Vorst Claw and then recast the Enchanter. Yes. No, I guess so. Okay, so let's. Yeah, I'm gonna attack with everybody. Sack the 3/3 to the. Yeah, that is exactly what I was thinking. Oh, Clown Baby! Thank you so much for the resub. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. We're gonna sacrifice this. I'm going to put the Vorst Claw back on the battlefield and then recast the Chanter. Yeah, you think? Okay, I like it. To my hand, yeah, the Force Claw. And I'm going to decline because we're already at 21. One, two, three, four, five. Almost able to cast it. And I could get back more stuff. Boy, this, he has his own. Good for him. Alright, so here's what's going to happen. I'm going to attack with just him and threaten. Yeah. So he's going to have to block. Whoops. So he'll probably chump with one of these wolves. And I'll play Vorst Claw. I'm not going to soul salvage just yet because if need be, I can replay one of these guys. And it's not like he has so many great attacks. And I'm at 20. Troll. And Burglar. Boy, he's got a lot of creatures there. If he has Overcome, that could be serious trouble. 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Ooh, Rabid Bite, that's nice. Do we want to Rabid Bite his giant, I think? How many cards does he have left? He has 16 cards left in his library. And he has 3 cards in his hand. Alternately, I could attack first with just him and see what he does. He will probably chump with this guy. I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay. So do we want to Rabid Bite his giant? I'd rather do the giant than the shaman, so he doesn't get the card draw. I could do the sailor, but that seems bad. Soul salvage. I mean, there are okay things to get. Target creature I control. I don't control. Oh, he's main decking Veil of whatever. What does that do? He gets to from blue or black. Okay. He just wants the card draw and he wants to build his guy. That's a strange card to main deck. Skeleton. That can block forever. That's annoying. Oh. Well, if we dirtle around forever, then we can. Right. But he has a lot of creatures. Ooh, right, thank you. I keep forgetting these things. Yes, I do have Necromancer in the graveyard. Why is that relevant? I need some way of giving this trample. Yes. I like it. Trouble is he can attack with a bunch of creatures. 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 18, 19, 20. Oh. He could. Oh. Well, if he does that, he'll lose most of his board, and then I can just bring it back. Yeah. Okay. I think that was the smart move. So now we salvage. We get these two guys. Necromancer is good. You guys are brilliant. Brilliant. I mean that. Yes, indeed. You guys are the best. Okay, we end our turn. Oh, that's another good one to have to worry about. At least still has 12 cards. A lot can happen in 12 turns. Blade Brand. Okay. Let's see. 9, 10. I could do. Okay, so attacking with him is bad now because of this. So let's play the spider, and then continue on the fang plan. Let's see, 9, 10, 11, and I'll still need 6 for this guy. So yeah. Pacifism would be good for him. Like, send him the zombie? Oh. That's interesting. And then I can't fang. I like the fanging better. No fangs. Get it? And I'd rather block his vampire with his token, if it comes to that. Talk about a grindy game. He has 9 cards of Season of Growth. Hello, Sacrifice. How you doing? At this point, that's exactly what our plan is. Okay, and Sorcerer. I have yet to see a single game where the Sorcerer thing actually pulled it out. Another blocker just in case things go wacky. Yeah, that is our plan, to hope that he has no overcome. I would love to pacify this stupid thing. River of Tears. River of Tears? What is that? Could somebody type that in for the MTG bot? Is that River of Tears? Flood of Tears? Yeah, I'm not even sure what we're talking about. Oh, River's Rebuke. If that was reprint, oh, that's annoying. If that was reprint, well, I have a spider. That's nice. If he has this in in his deck, then something is very wrong. Oh boy. This game is really making me nervous. Blood burglar. Yeah. I think... let's block it with our Necromancer. That's actually smart. And if he has a trick, I can Blade Brand and draw a card. That's fine. Yeah. That's fine. I don't mind getting that off the top. He's going to gain a lot of life, though. Good for him. And that'll get bigger, but still, I can block it with my Spider. Okay, he still has 6 cards. Interesting game, boy. It's a little too complicated for my feeble brain to do anything with. And he's, I mean, he can still draw more cards. Okay, and we pass the turn. Boy, this Death Touch guy is really... He has now 5 cards. Yeah. That should be 4, isn't it? No, he has 5 cards. I wonder, I mean, does it... Yeah, I hear that sacrifice. This is actually getting a little bit on the tedious side. If he's searching for his overcome, then that is game. Oh, so he wants to draw a card? Really? Sure. Should I take it or try blocking? What do you think, guys? I mean, he already played how many growth cycles? He already played 2. If he has a 3rd one, this one would become insane. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. What do you think, guys? Block or let it pass? Sacrifice. Radalorian, Misaki. If 5 is still there. Clown Baby. It is risky. Alright, so we're gonna... So now the question is chump or try to kill it. But it has trample. I feel like I have to do the Vorse Claw because of the trample. That's annoying. I could try. Yes, hello. Okay, we're just gonna single block with the Vorse Claw. Alright. He has only 1 card. If I can last for 2 more turns... This is... He has only 1 card left. Now he's going to have no cards. Which is fine. I'm just going to pass the turn and we are good. Oh. Wow. What a wacky game. Holy moly. My heart is beating a mile a minute, I don't mind saying. Jeez Louise. Okay. I really hate to do this, my friends. I have to sign off now. I have way the heck too much to do and not nearly enough time to do it in. Thank you so much, everybody, for all of your support, for all of your help. I'm gonna go see if there's somebody worth raiding. Here's a guy. I'm gonna go ahead and raid him. Let me see if I can spell it right. Oh, look at that. Okay, so let me try typing this guy's name in. Give me a moment because he has a kind of an inconvenient channel name. And I have no idea if this raid's going to work because it's just been acting strangely recently. So if it doesn't work, have a great weekend. If it does work, have a great weekend again. Also, not streaming on Monday as I usually would. I will instead be streaming on Tuesday because of the early access Throne of Eldraine event. I'm really looking forward to that. So take care, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And in case I haven't said thank you, thank you.